Do you ever have that movie you really don't like that you have a hard time thinking about saying stuff good about it? Hey everyone, it's Mr. Hollywood, and today is day one of the 5 videos I'm doing this week where I'm going to talk about a movie I didn't like, but I actually say only the good things, which it's going to be really tough, especially coming from this movie, Justice League, or technically the Justice League theatrical cut. I know it was called Justice League when it came out. I don't even know if I could ever call it Justice League. But yeah, no secret, I really didn't like this film. And there's a multitude of reasons why. However, for this video, I'm only saying the good things. So, but before I say the good things about Justice League, feel free to share what you think are the good things about this movie, or if you really did like this movie, what is another movie you really didn't like that you have a lot of problems with, however, only name the good things. It would be very interesting to hear it all down below in the comments. And don't forget to vote for the Patreon fan vote. So, Justice League is definitely a movie, like I said, I'm not very fond of anymore. I mean, like, I'll be honest, when I first saw it, I was definitely very let down, but I did find this movie somewhat decent. But obviously, as I've gotten older, after seeing the Snyder Cut and learning about other stuff, this movie, I do truly hate this movie. However, there are still a few things I thought weren't too bad. There are still obviously things in this that they didn't change in the Snyder Cut. And a lot of the Snyder scenes were, still pretty good in this, like they are in the Snyder Cut. Now, they weren't like the best scenes in the Snyder Cut, but, hey, I'll take what I can get. There were some really interesting Snyder scenes that, weren't too bad. My favorite scene, really, in the whole movie is when Batman obviously threw that battering the Flash when they first met. And obviously that carried over to the Snyder Cut as well. Now, obviously, it was far from the best scene in the Snyder Cut, but it was probably the best scene in this movie. And you still get a lot of the good actors who are in the Snyder Cut. Now, obviously, with reshoots issues, you definitely don't see them living up to their true potential, but you still get a glimmer of what's to come in the Snyder Cut. I will say this, we probably wouldn't have never gotten the 4-hour Snyder Cut without this film. Obviously, we would have gotten an actual complete film of this if it weren't for all the production troubles. But this film was only going to be like 3 hours when it came out. And then, years later, we got 4-hour cut, which, I'm forever grateful for, as the Snyder Cut is, like, probably my second favorite movie of all time, honestly, behind Fight Club. And yes, you did hear that correctly. It is probably my second favorite movie of all time. And obviously that's easily my favorite superhero movie, and I've definitely given that movie its flowers other times on this channel. But yeah, like, we probably wouldn't have never gotten the 4-hour cut without this film. Now, does that make this film better because of that? No, it doesn't. But you know what? I gotta give it credit where credit is due. I also still think the story is still pretty decent. Obviously, execution aside, it did feel like you still get a glimpse of what was heavily going to be highlighted in Snyder Cut with the amazing story. I just wish it was conveyed a lot better. But yeah, Danny Elfman's score was alright. It wasn't bad. It definitely far from Danny Elfman's best score. Other than that, not really that much good to say. Sure, it could be entertaining, but I still don't think this movie's really that watchable anymore. Not that it was even that watchable when it came out. This movie still has a lot of problems. I know by saying these positive stuff, you would think that, maybe save the movie. I could still do a whole review of why this movie still falls apart on almost every single level. But obviously, for this Thanksgiving week, I'm giving the movie its flowers. Those elements that I said they were decent. They were passable amongst the film. I mean, like, yes, you still get you still get a glimmer of what will happen this time. Go the good stories. You still have the good actors that, even if they weren't at their best, I mean, they still give not bad performances. I mean, Danny Elfman's score was passable. I guess it's pretty entertaining. I mean, even though I don't think entertaining necessarily means watchable. And look, I mean, there were some action scenes I thought were cool. I just didn't feel anything because, I mean, this film did not do a good job of making you feel invested in or feel any emotion during the action. But luckily, we have the Snyder Cut where that exists, where this does not have to be the only version of Justice League in live action. But yeah, I mean, this movie I still think is really bad, and it's still a movie I absolutely hate, but yeah, there were things that weren't too bad, I guess. Or, I won't even say I guess. Yes, there were things that weren't too bad. But yeah, I mean, it really shows that even movies that I think are terrible or movies I just completely don't like, it even shows that even those movies have their things. It's not all bad. Just like how even my favorite movies aren't all good. They definitely probably have their problems. I mean, yeah, because I don't think any movie is truly perfect, and I don't think any movie is truly irredeemable. At least not that I've seen. Maybe one day I'll actually bite my words. But for now, I don't think there's ever been a movie I think was, like, truly perfect. Like, even Fight Club, there are probably things I could, really nitpick if I was really going to become, Cinema Sins. If I was really going to go that path, which, hey, maybe one of these videos I'll do that. This is definitely not one of those. But yeah, I mean, those are the good things about the Justice League cut. I mean, if you liked it, I mean, I guess I'm happy for you, but obviously I didn't like the Justice League theatrical cut. But yeah, those were the positive things about it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to share what you think are good things about this film, or if you really do like this film, another film you didn't like, what are some things that you thought were good about those? I'm definitely curious to hear about it down below in the comments. Now, thanks for watching, and peace out.